let's talk about The Flash.
So when you read the season 1 finale script, did you wonder yourself how you could possibly be?
I wondered if you were ever going to leave that party last night. That's what I wondered. And you did. So I'm happy to see you here in full force because all bets were off.
Oh boy.
Anyway, what was your question? Now that you've been outed, what's your question?
You're still at the party.
Man, in many ways, I'm still at the party.
When you read the season 1 finale script, did you yourself wonder how the heck you were going to come back for the second season?
No, I mean, no. Hell no. If you've learned one thing, it's that I'm ahead of the curve. I know what's happening, and I'm not going to tell you any of it. This has been an ongoing battle with us for like 2 seasons now. You're like, how many different ways can he not answer my question? Turns out myriad ways. I've got a plethora of ways to not answer your question. Yeah. This being only one of them.
Well, how did it feel to get to perform versions of that scene with Cisco multiple ways and times? Like,
Fred, that is a great question that I can answer. It was tremendous because this is episode 15. Most of us felt, we talked about this when we had the screening. We had a screening of episode 15 down in Hollywood. And I've never been a part of a television show that says we're going to air not a season finale or not a pilot. We're going to air a mid-season part of it, and we're going to have a special airing of it. Like, who does that? We did it because it had most of the journalists in the room could say, well, that was a season. Episode 15 felt like a season finale. He declares his love. I kill Cisco. I get out of my chair. Joe is dying because of the Weather Wizard's kid. It was just like it had so much stuff going on. And that's in 48 minutes of television. And so, I mean, the fact that we had a big moment, Eobard Thawne kills Cisco Ramon. That feels like a really big moment when one of your main cast members dies. And the nice thing about the way we structured the story was we could then do that scene, and Carlos and I did that scene 5 different times. Next episode we come back, it would be like we did need a lucid dream to try and get some information. Next episode it's a flashback. Next episode it's like we kept calling back to it, and we got to do it many different ways. And every time it was fun to put my hand through his chest. And I think we did it organically without trying to cheat. Like, okay. We got to show people again and again and again how horrifying this was, and also raise questions about will it happen again, and how will he be affected by this, and how will I be affected by it?
Or even to do the version where you say, you remind me of the son I never had, where he's not doing the hand, but we know maybe that's a precursor to something deadly.
Yes, you do know that.
Will we see the illusion of you referencing Rip Hunter in the finale? Will you be maybe in Legends of Tomorrow, or will we see him in The Flash?
Marshall, what can he say? Gather your forces. Certainly they are interested. Last year I think John and Greg and Andrew felt that they did a solid job bridging Arrow and Flash, and if the viewership numbers are any testament to that, then they did. And so they have the same desire to do that because I was talking to Garber today, who's I've known him since 1940. We've been acting, and we've done a lot of stuff together, and that's our show. Like, they're off, those are our guys, and they're off doing that. So it's very organic, I think, for Martin Stein and Harrison Wells and Reverse Flash and Oliver and all those guys to kind of join up again. So I would say the short answer is yes. I don't think I'm letting anything out of the bag to say that we certainly have a desire to. Well, it's all part of the same world. We all want to explore as much as we can in that world. Anybody else? Because I'll get the heck out of here. I'll go to the next table like that. Well, what's nice about being, my starting point is always Eobard Thawne. What's nice about being that person is there's a lot of different worlds that Eobard Thawne can encompass, and because of that, there's always new people that we can bring in. It doesn't feel like a cheat. It's an organic fashion, and I very much enjoy that. And what I really enjoy about playing that character is, it's a comic book, so those the walls that prevent us from joining, people who are big in the mythology, come down very quickly, and everybody wants to see that. Everybody wants to see it. I think. Even though they want to see it, you want to do it in the best possible way that will give people. I hate it when you want to do it where you feel that you have earned it. You don't want to just like, hey, and also, and so that's always our aim. That's always.